So we have Valithor in blue versus Romad Quantum Scientist in red. On this map that is just a giant island. Yeah, there's nothing, there's no small islands anywhere. So just land map. You could do some sneaky stuff over here, sending units, but looks like they started very early here, and Valithor choose to get a clump of units together, starting with a gas over here. And he starts with a airfield and double barracks in the beginning, and starts building a factory. Then we have Romad. Ooh, they started really close to each other. He spread out a little bit, and he starts triple barracks and a factory. He has two. Oh, there's two gas here. I didn't have time to analyze the map too much. There's two gas here and two gas here. So Roman will have a lot of energy close by. And Valithor has this energy. And this one. That is semi close by at least. So far they had a small skirmish, not much going on, and they backed off and started to go separate ways to conquer land. And it looks like Roma just has these units to conquer over here. There's a lot of land over here that's like uncontested really. And it looks like Valithor is going some early tanks over here. One tank, one striker is out. A Sam is on the way. Another airport as well, and he's starting on his gas over here. Just scattering around with his striker here. Will he find Romad's units? He might actually. Yeah, he will see them over here right now, conquering this island or this section. Looks like Valithor actually put every other tank and Sam on his factory here. Meanwhile, Romad has a lot of Sams. More Sams is on the way, and just a ton of barracks. He's starting to breed some commandos, as they are a bit stronger than regular infantry. And they are sneaky, so you can do sneaky stuff with them. They can literally change the game if you are able to get in and do some good stuff with them. Which is my favorite part about commandos. Now it looks like Valithor, he also has commandos on the way. Small skirmish here. And Valithor is backing off. Noticing that the Romad has a bit more units. Pushing up this mountain hill. Trying to push and scout over here. Here comes Valithor's strikers, but they were sent over here. He might just send... There's a fly here. Might have just have sent them out to make sure that there's no commandos getting close. Small skirmish here to the right as well. Yeah, I've heard the commandos are really, really good. Like, it's almost better than to just use commandos than regular soldiers. Oh man, I'm starting to lose my voice, I feel like. Holy shit. Ooh. Alright. Another barracks and factory for Valithor. He is starting some industries as well. Trying to get some economy. Well, goddamn. I'm losing the words on stuff all the time. It's very annoying. Romad has not started on any of his gas yet. I mean, he doesn't need it right now. He has nothing that is using gas. Just keep conquering this big section over here. And Valithor has sent some tanks over here to the left side, so he might be like trying to hunt down these soldiers over here. Romad is chasing Valithor's commandos here. He's getting a lot of pressure here. With a lot of units spreading out, and Valithor needs to deal with this somehow. He has a few strikers, but there's a lot of SAMs here to deal with them. And there's 2 factories or airports, so there's actually a lot of strikers, but there's also a lot of SAMs. So Valithor might be in a pickle here, but also there is mountains, so it's gonna be hard to push up this. And more tanks for Valithor is on the way. Still producing every other, it seems like. Another factory for Valithor is almost done here. It's not doing anything other sneaky stuff here. And Romad has a big army pushing up to Valithor's base over here. See what he can see. He can see most things over here right now. Here comes the strikers from Valithor, and they're fighting all the SAMs. SAMs and strikers going down left and right. I think that was a victory for... No, those 2 last ones made it even, it looks like. And there's a hidden airstrip here as well that was full of strikers. I didn't even see that. It's hard as fuck to see those. Yeah, these tanks are gonna be... I was gonna say they're gonna be tanky, but just immediately died. Looks like he's changed production to only tanks on this factory and tanks over here as well. And Romad is slowly losing his SAMs. There's only 1 left. After that, this striker will have free reign. And looks like Valithor will hold this position quite nicely. And Romad didn't actually get anywhere. Didn't manage to get to any of the buildings here. But yeah, it's hard to push up this, especially when tanks are coming and commandos are defending. And of course, a ton of strikers that overwhelm the amount of SAMs from Romad. Here on the left, we have Valithor has 1 barracks now. And his tanks, there's 1 over here. He might have sent them home earlier. I'm not sure actually where his tanks are. I'm sure they were sent home to defend earlier. Valithor has 2 gas here. And Romad has started on his first now. Triple factory is up. 1 is producing tanks and 2 are producing... Oh, there's actually 2 factories here as well. Commandos got them? Yeah, that might be true actually. Commandos are pretty strong if there's many of them. Oh, there's more tanks up here. Yeah, there's up here. Man, I can't... Why are things so hard to see? There is still 2 tanks here, so they haven't gotten defeated. Might have been 1 tank that went down. More tanks and commandos are being sent over there as well as strikers. So it looks like Valithor will maybe claim this area. But the strikers do not reach over here. But the tanks though will... this small amount of tanks it will be hard for Romad to deal with this few amount of units. But Valithor looks like his energy is running out. Too many tanks and airplanes on the field. And Romad has 5 tanks rolling over to this right side here. Dealing with this sneaky barracks. Valithor now has this triple. This is his third gas over here right now. It's still not enough, it seems like. Too many tanks and airplanes on the field. A lot of tanks is collecting over here. He might send them up soon. Commando fighting here in the middle, and Romad is sending his reinforcements, so they are gonna deal with this quite nicely. Valithor trying to push here, but it's just too many artists to do anything. Might have been a distraction to just send them over here to not make them go up here and deal with these ones. So these commandos might do, but they're being exposed over here now that they're capping. Valithor now is sending all his tanks. There, he is even hasting them. Will the energy last though? He is going negative for the energy. Yeah, these tanks, oh, they are facing the enemy. He is changing his mind. These tanks will have a field day with all of these artists. Damn, 2 artists and 2 commandos are down. 3 artists, 4 artists. Not a single tank is dead yet. 5 artists. 6 artists, and that's... and a commando as well. Yeah, he cleaned that up and not a single tank died. That was value right there. Romad has an airfield somewhere sneaky. Oh, here to the left it looks like. And one here in the middle as well. A few interceptors are out and doing some stingy damage. Four tanks now closing into these SAMs, but they're quite damaged already, so they will have a hard time pushing forward here. These SAMs held actually surprisingly well. I wonder if they have actually more damage than I realized against, you know, ground units. Or maybe the tanks actually was that damaged. That tank is finally going down. More tanks for Valithor is sneaking around here on the right side. Romad is getting flanked here, but he also has a lot of tanks of his own. And commandos. That's 6 tanks, 7th on the way. That is beautiful. Romad still has the attack command over here. It's like Romad is going offensive with his tanks at the same time as Valithor is going to sneak around here on the right side. Looks like he's just going to the back line here. Romad is cleaning up Valithor's small amount of units here. Making sure there's no shenanigans going on. Here comes the strikers from Valithor, and they're gonna clean up these tanks. They're getting a few shots, but they're not getting too many. Yeah, these tanks are history. There's just too many strikers for only tanks to do anything. Distracting force of soldiers just to keep the tanks at bay here. Making sure they keep them in line. Here to the left, it looks like Romad is doing a massive push. Trying to get over here with his mostly soldiers. A few commandos is mixed in. Oh, he has almost lost his airport here, but there's a lot of helicopters to defend over here. Valithor is making some SAMs in this factory here. No one has this area yet. The Valithor is on the way to capture it. But this factory is very exposed and will go down to these commandos right here. Another set of strikers knocking that airport to the ground. Making sure it can't produce any more helicopters. Ooh, the helicopter is retaliating here. They're targeting the airstrip. And that was 2 strikers as well that went down. And I wonder if Valithor has any more space. Yeah, he has space over here for the extra strikers. The helicopters are going in again. Here comes the reinforcement from tanks. They're focusing down the barracks over here. All the commandos are dead now. There is nothing to defend this from Valithor. Except a few strikers. And he's sending even more strikes, so he is trying to keep this alive. This airport, this airstrip is still alive, and the barracks as well. These helicopters are trying to rest here. And Romad, he does not have any electricity to keep the helicopters in the air. There's just a few here. Got one barracks. The other one is still alive. Just barely though. But once again, Romad has almost no energy. Triple airport over here. This one has gone down, so he doesn't have... Well, he has one up here. A new one. Valithor managed to sneak by. And he's adding a ton of barracks. And a factory. And Romad, ooh, he doesn't know about this yet. He just thinks that he sees the factory now. He is gonna retaliate. Yeah, he's sending helicopters and a lot of units up here. This could have been really bad for Romad if he didn't discover this. And this is why I love commandos. Oh man, you can sneak them around and do real good stuff. Still a lot of fighting here to the right. Triple barracks producing commandos constantly. So there's always small skirmish here. And Valithor is reclaiming this once again. Keeping Romad on his toes all the time. And yeah, Romad, he has no electricity. He only has this one gas here. Yeah, he lost this gas as well. That's real unfortunate for him. He is sending tanks forward, but he is losing energy on this. He's also hasting them. That's gonna cost him a lot. These are not gonna make it all the way over here before the energy is out. Especially with all these strikers in there. There's a lot of SAMs here though. These strikers might have to watch it. As long as he can keep the SAMs grouped up, that's gonna be a problem for Valithor's strikers here. Valithor is still producing tanks after tanks after tanks. He has a lot of energy. Actually, one SAM here for Romad. Wonder where he came from. Might have been... No, that's a barracks, actually. That SAM is gone. They are strikers and interceptors. Actually, no, it's only strikers. Romad is claiming this territory down here. He managed to pick off Valithor's units here. There's so many strikers. Yeah, there's a few interceptors mixed in here. Too bad for Romad that he can't. He has no electricity to use his air units. He got his second gas up and running, a third one as well. But they're not connected to a silo, so they're not stacking up. Actually, he has one here as well. So he has a lot of energy now, but he also has he has multiple tanks and a lot of air units. This is a big battle here on the mountainside. Romad has spotted this airstrip here, and he's gonna send all his units to attack it, but the strikers will take off. But they go up right in the maw of all the SAMs over here. There's just so many SAMs. I wonder if the strikes are gonna be enough. Doesn't look like it. No more SAMs no more strikers for Valithor. These tanks and SAMs and a few artists are gonna have a field day right here. At the same time though, Valithor's army is retaliating, sneaking around here and getting a conclave for Romad's army. So he will get them eventually. Romad lost his airbase here, or Valithor did. More units for Romad is rushing in here, trying to get a piece of this cake. More tanks rolling in. Looks like Valithor is actually under quite a lot of pressure here. But he's doing a sneaky counterattack here, but he's been retaliated, and I'm guessing Romad is gonna send units to clear this up. And Romad is sending units down here to the right as well, and he's probably gonna spot a few soldiers here. I wonder if this is just a spectator glitch, or if you can actually see that. Romad has spotted these production buildings here, and he will clean them up. Yeah, all the lines, just sending them down there. Romad is also making a push here on the left. Valithor is looking spicy for Valithor here. So far he is keeping his base somewhat alive. He lost one building over here. There was an industry, so he lost a little bit of economy. Romad goes straight for the silo here. And Valithor has... the silo is full for Valithor. He's gonna lose so much energy for this. Although he doesn't need it as much, but it's very good to have a huge amount stacked up. And there it goes. He went... oh, there's only 90 now. That was so much. There was so much energy that he lost. He is keeping the defensive line here on the mountain, but this sneaky tank... yeah, right here. Oh, the end of the match. I'm guessing that Valithor actually gave up here. You notice that it was hard to keep up. He was being pressured here on the left as well. And he lost his side here. And all these units was gonna retaliate and go down here probably. Yeah. It was a good match. Very even. Very back and forth. Yeah, probably massive eco difference. Yeah. 1600 for Romad. Valithor 1200. So yeah. 400 eco difference. That is quite a lot. I mean, Romad had so much of over here. And he had some down here as well. Like this almost entire thing. Well, you were trying to do some sneaky stuff here. But yeah, it was a lot of eco difference. Romad had no energy but to the side of what you had, but you lost so much energy with that silo going down. And this tank just free raining, destroying this refinery.